8:22 in the Queen City. Chick Ludwig alongside Brian Eve. This is Sports Talk and the Kelsey Chevrolet Extra Inning Show. And it's an honor, pleasure, and privilege to welcome in the head girls softball coach at St. Bernard Elmwood Place, Christina Fisk. Christina, welcome. And man, tell us all about the great Claire Bossert.
Oh, wow. There's so many things I could tell you about Claire. She's just a great all-around kid in general. I've known Claire since she was in 8th grade. I used to teach at St. Bernard, so I know Claire very well, and I was just ecstatic when she asked to come on to the team this year. We were just so happy to have her. She was a great addition to the team.
Well, we really appreciate, her mom signing off on us talking about her.
Yeah,
but like you mentioned to me, she was born deaf, and at the age of 14 months, she had some surgery.
She did. She had her first cochlear implant at 14 months, and I believe at the age of 4 had her second one. Back then, they didn't do it at the same time. So she's, had to adjust. Initially she was in a special school, and I do believe that, she was basically taught to lip read, while she was getting used to cochlears and whatnot. In school, she works with an FM modulator. She passes it to her teachers, and that's kind of how she's able to hear. Now, the common misconception with the cochlear is that she can really hear, but it's my understanding is it kind of translates. So she's not really hearing it, but it's translating so she can understand what's being said.
Christina Fisk is with us from St. Bernard Elmwood Place, and like you mentioned to me, when she has to wear the batting helmet, her implant must be removed, so she really is completely deaf while she's on defense.
While she's on offense.
On offense, yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So she's clearly at a disadvantage. So a lot of times my first base coach will signal her, so she knows what the calls are. If she's had a strike called on her or a ball, she'll step out, call time if she needs to she's a very good lip reader, but, again, we're at a significant distance from her when we're at first or third base, and she's, up to bat at the plate. So it's, she's got to be really tuning in to see what we're saying to her. She's a great kid, and she's very uber aware, has to be uber aware of what's going on when she is batting, because she doesn't have that extra sense to her.
Christina, just she stood out because of her determination, her interaction with her teammates and with you, and just the model of overcoming obstacles. Claire Bossert. Yeah,
she's a great kid, and actually they just graduated this past week on Thursday night, and out of a graduating class of 76, Claire was actually named Outstanding Senior as well. That's something that the entire staff throughout the school building votes on. So out of 76 kids, they picked Claire, and then that's what an outstanding kid she is. And there's a lot of, don't get me wrong, there's a ton of great seniors that graduated in this class, a lot of kids to pick from. And so, what an honor that they chose Claire. She's just an all-around great kid, comes from a great family. And she's, overcome obstacles, and to get herself to St. Mary's, wow, I'm so impressed with her. I cannot wait to see what she does in the future. She's plans on becoming a nurse, and I can't wait to see her fulfill her dream.
And here's a young woman who receives the presidential scholarship to St. Mary's College in North Bend, Indiana, right next to the University of Notre Dame. Man, the school, her teammates, her parents, you have to be just so proud of Claire.
Yeah, we really are. We can't wait to see what's next, because we know she will do great things in life. We really do.
Well, that's beautiful. And, I'm at a loss for words. Brian Eve, you saw her play. We were together that night. And, wow.
Christina, I'd like to thank you and your staff. I'd like to thank you and your staff for including all your players, but particularly the extra effort that it took. Chick and I were so just taken aback that the day that we officiated your game. and the inspiration that this young lady showed to everyone was totally inspiring. So thank you and your staff and the administration at St. Bernard Elmwood Place for your dedication to inclusion.
Oh, it's our pleasure. I'm a special ed teacher myself, so that's, always my number one priority as well. But, there really wasn't it wasn't a question. Claire just belonged as part of the team the minute she stepped on our team.
Christina, there's a lot of construction going on in St. Bernard at Elmwood Place High School. I wonder how that's coming along.
It's coming along pretty good. As far as I know, they're still planning on opening sometime in not next year, but the following school year. I'm not quite sure if they're looking for fall or for spring. I don't actually work in the building any longer, although I still coached this year. But it's coming along pretty well. It's looking pretty good. I'm interested to see, how it'll all play out once they have all of the kids in the entire district in one setting.
Christina, coming from the west side, where you need a passport to get off the west side, it's fun coming to the Nard, St. Bernard. Man, it's just I just love the feel there. It's an old school feel.
It's a fun little community. It really is.
It really is. And I always stop at Roger Bacon High School. I want to stop and see Spartan Stadium and Bron Basovich and the grotto that he built. Man, I'm inspired coming through St. Bernard.
Yeah, it's a great little community. They are just all welcoming. I'm not from here initially, like because I'm a fellow umpire as well. I'm from Cleveland initially, so I came down here to work at St. Bernard. So it was a big move, and I felt very welcomed in that community. And I'm sad that I'm not there anymore, but still have lots of friends there and whatnot. And it's a great little community to belong to.
And you say Cleveland, what area and what high school?
I went to Notre Dame Cathedral Latin. I'm a John Carroll alum, and I actually just got my master's from Notre Dame College this past month.
You're a blue streak from John Carroll.
Yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Christina, can't thank you enough. Really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me on, Chick. I really appreciate it.
All right, awesome. Thanks so much, and all the best to Claire.
Thank you. I will relay the message.
That is fantastic.
Thanks, Christina.
And hey, we're talking high school inspirational athletes. Chick Ludwig alongside Brian Eve. And it's the Kelsey Chevrolet Extra Inning Show. And we're going all the way till 9 o'clock tonight on 700 WLW.